Hey guys, today we will be learning the Ortega method for 2x2. And the Ortega method is a method for 2x2 that you can get under 5-second times with. The first step of the Ortega method is to make one face. And when I say one face, I mean one color and not necessarily one layer as in the beginner's method. So let me just pick white because I want to, and let me just solve it. And necessarily, see, that doesn't have to be connected in the correct spot. I'm also going to put this one in. And it did make a layer, but we don't have to make a layer. And if you don't have a layer, it's okay, but I do. And yeah, now let's move on to the next step. In this next step, we are going to orient all of the top layer colors, and basically that means in my case we're going to bring all the yellows so they're at the top, and this is called Olo, very similar to 3x3 Olo, and we're just going to use 1 out of 7 algorithms to do this. So yellow on top, and that's it. So this first Olo case is called L-antisune, and you can recognize it by one solved corner, and the corners kind of in a clockwise fashion. This one here, then this one here, then after that this one here, kind of clockwise. And you can do the same exact algorithm as 3x3, which goes like this: L prime, U prime, L, U prime, L prime, U2, L. This algorithm is called sune, and it's also the exact same as 3x3. And you can recognize it by the corners moving in an anti-clockwise fashion. This one here, and this one here. And hold it so that the solved one is on the left, and do the same algorithm as 3x3. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. So for this case, where there is a bar at the left and two opposite pointing corners, do this. Hold the bar at the left and do the following algorithm. F, then RU, R prime, U prime 2 times. RU, R prime, U prime. RU, R prime, U prime, F prime. This case, where there's 2 sets of unsolved bars, hold it so that you can see one of the pair of unsolved bars, and do the following algorithm: R2, U2, R prime, U2, R2. For this case, where there are 2 corners solved opposite from each other and 2 corners unsolved opposite from each other, hold it so that you can see both unsolved corners like this. Then do this following algorithm: F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. This case is called headlights. And while you can do the same algorithm as you do for 3x3 OLO headlights, there is a much more efficient algorithm, and you don't even have to learn it because you already know it. And that is the straight line algorithm from 3x3 beginner's method. And so just hold the 2 solved ones so that they're at the right, and then do the algorithm: F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. So for this case, where there are 2 solved corners and 2 unsolved corners pointing in opposite directions, what you do is very simple. Hold the 2 solved corners so they're at the right, then take this piece out of where it was, like that, and insert it in a different way, like that. And the algorithm is at the top, but that's all you need to do. Take that piece out and insert it in a different way. Next, we're moving on to the next step, which is called PBL, and that stands for permute both layers. And we are going to use 5 algorithms to finish the cube. For this first case, if you see that there is one whole color solved that is not the two colors that you finished. For me, red. And you see two pieces here that are adjacent to each other that need to be swapped. Hold it so that the solved side is on the left, and then do the T-perm, which goes like this. R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. If you see that there is no side solved, but there are two pieces opposite of each other that just need to be swapped, use the Y perm instead, which goes like this. F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime. The third PBL case is when you get two blocks of two colors that are the same color. And it doesn't have to be solved like this. It can be blue and then orange on top instead. Just make sure that there's two blocks with two pieces in each. And face the side that has the two of them, and then do the following algorithm. R2, U prime, B2, U2, R2, U prime, R2. If there's only one bar, regardless of whether it's on the top or bottom, just face it so it's on the top. So if it's on the bottom, just turn the bottom so it becomes the top. And then after that, do the following algorithm. R, U prime, R, F2, R prime, U, R prime. If you finish Oolo and you see that there is no bars or blocks and all of them are like vertical like this and nothing is finished, then just hold it from any angle and do this simple algorithm. R2, F2, R2. Thanks for watching, everyone, and if you liked this video, please comment, like, and subscribe so we can get to 25 subscribers. And yeah, that's all.